conditions apply. Peter King's going to be joining us in 10 minutes. Joy Taylor, of course, in here on a Tuesday. We're packed today. Greg Cosell, Ty Law, Peter King. Jared Bell joins us. Listen, there are I talked about this yesterday on the show. Over the weekend, somebody I deeply trust told me in the NFL that the Aaron Rodgers, Mike McCarthy thing, it's over. It doesn't matter if they go on a 5-game winning streak. It's over. And I'm going to side with Aaron Rodgers on this, which I know you don't believe, but I'll get to that in a second. It was never a perfect marriage. Ian Rappaport confirms it today. There is growing tension between this two. Let me tell you something. It was never a perfect fit. We've all seen the couple that you're like, that's a weird fit, and it works for a while. It was never perfect. One guy's old school, looks like a Milwaukee cop, and the other guy is this California cool, progressive, the opposite of old school guy. It was never an ideal fit, and over time, it's just eroded. Aaron doesn't share the same vision. And Aaron's right here. Listen, there are certain people, and I said this about Andrew Luck, he's just too damn good to have an average coach. Andrew Luck deserved an offensive coach. Michael Jordan and Kobe deserve Phil Jackson. There are a handful of people in my lifetime in sports, maybe 30, maybe, they deserve great leadership. Aaron Rodgers deserves better. And there's a handful of NFL guys, Mike Smith, Mike McCarthy, Jeff Fisher, John Fox. They know football. They have not kept up with the times. And let me tell you something. The last 2 nights, I want you to think about this. Aaron Rodgers has sat on a couch in Green Bay and watched Mitch Trubisky tear it up, and has watched Jared Goff tear it up, and has watched Patrick Mahomes tear it up with 3 brilliant offensive coaches, Matt Nagy, Andy Reid, Sean McVay. And you don't think Aaron Rodgers, if I had his phone right now and looked at his text the last 48 hours, you don't think he's texting people saying, God, I got an offense. We don't even do jumbo sets. We don't do motion. I got to play hero ball. Listen, McCarthy and Rodgers was never great. I've known 4 former Packers and talked to all of them. It ain't a great relationship. It was never great. But you can't blame Aaron. You cannot blame Aaron. Aaron's got a huge brand. He doesn't want to ding that brand. He doesn't want to seem like the cocky California guy that, he's all these commercials. He don't want to seem like he's bum rushing Mike McCarthy out of work here. He's got a little, he wants to make this a nice, professional, dignified, refined ending. It'd be bad for his brand if he blows it up and Aaron comes across as, he bum rushed McCarthy out of town. He doesn't want to do that. But let's be honest here. Aaron deserves better. You're watching Trubisky with half the talent, 6 touchdown games. Aaron had a 2-touchdown game against Buffalo. Okay, the defense was great that day for the Packers. He's watching Mahomes, 4 touchdown games. Goff, 4 touchdown games. Aaron's trying to get to 2 a week against bad teams. So, and I think the last couple of nights for Aaron have been really tough. And I would say this to anybody. A great singer, a great director, a great quarterback, a great pianist, whatever it is. There are certain people that are so gifted and so talented that they're going to be frustrated their entire lives until they believe they've met their equal. They're equal as a mentor. They're equal as a boss. They're equal as a coach. And Aaron's never had that. Frankly, LeBron's never had that. To be honest with you, MJ had it, Kobe had it, Shaq had it, Bird had it. A lot of guys, Jerry West may have had it. LeBron's never had it. That's why sometimes he's been frustrated with coaching. Maybe it's Luke Walton, I don't know. But the stories now that we reported yesterday are coming out. The McCarthy-Aaron Rodgers thing is beyond frosty. They can both deny it. But Aaron is simply too gifted. He deserves better. Enjoy with the news.
No.
Turn on the news. This is the Herdline News.
So last night's game was something. The Chiefs and the Rams met in a game for the ages. Over 1,000 yards of total offense, 105 points scored. Sorry about it if you took the under on that.
Yeah.
And despite throwing for 478 yards and 5 touchdowns, Patrick Mahomes was also responsible for 5 turnovers.
Yeah.
The last of which obviously sealed the win for the Rams, and here he is on that after the game.
The turnovers it changed the game. I think I gave them 21 points pretty much through turnovers, and And just kind of like I said at the New England game, you can't give good teams points turning the ball over. It sucks right now. I mean, this plain and simple. I mean, you wanted to win that game going into the bye week against a good team like that, a playoff team, and at the same time, we still control our own destiny. If we can go out there and win football games after the bye week, it's kind of like that reset, get your body right, and come back with that mentality that we're going to win, and you can still get home field advantage, hopefully.
He reminds me so much of Brett Favre. God, that you're just in awe of his talent.
But he's going to throw some interceptions in some big spots.
He's gonna make some mistakes. But, I mean, listen, he's great. There's no denying he's an all-time talent. But, I mean, if you go look at the Mahomes Goff boxes, you take the Goff box. And he's far less dynamic. But he's going to make this. He is Brett Favre. And, by the way, we all love Brett Favre, and he was a fantasy football dream. But there is some Favre here.
There is some Favre, and there was some Favre comparisons before he even started.
That's right.
So, he's a gunslinger, and with that, you're going to take chances, and sometimes those chances are not going to pay off. Now, the interception here at the end of the game, I did not like. He clearly just threw it up there.
Yes.
There was no receiver in sight.
Yeah.
I mean, it just was a bad decision. Just run out of bounds and maybe give yourself one last play.
All they needed was a field goal.
Right. Like, just calm down. But this is technically his rookie season.
Yes.
And now, when you're comparing Goff to him, and this is what I felt last night. You're comparing Goff to him, but Goff had the opportunity to go out there and fail. And sometimes you need to go out there and fail. Now, obviously, we all look at Goff's freshman rookie year as a disaster, and everyone thought he was a bust, and we all blame Jeff Fisher for that because obviously Sean McVay has turned this around. But you need to be able to make those mistakes in that spot. And unfortunately, the way that they're rolling, they can't really have that. And, the Patriots game is a good example of that, too, because the interception that he threw at the end of the half was unnecessary as well.
Yeah.
So at least he's aware of it.
Yeah.
What you don't want him to do is then start playing cautious.
Right.
So this is just, I'll take an interception here and there. Not all turnovers are created equal.
I'm going to say, by the way, people banged on Andrew Luck for years, and I always said, I can live with an occasional pick six. What I can't live with is guys that won't throw the ball down the field. Everybody bangs on Andrew Luck for interceptions, and everybody excuses them. I'm in the middle. Like, I'm okay. I don't want 5 turnovers.
Right.
But if you told me Patrick Mahomes had a pick six for the rest of his life in every game, and that was it, I'd be like, to me, cut down on the fumbles. Don't give me 2, 3 turnovers. But when you're taking the chances that kid is, you're going to throw picks. You're going to make mistakes. He's a gunslinger.
I agree with most of it. I just think that in that situation last night, he was clearly rattled. You could see it in the situation. And I think if he